Good evening, guys. Good evening, guys. Welcome to our lesson 2. We have web development, and then we're continuing from yesterday's lesson. So, guys, yesterday I showed you which softwares to use regarding how to code the HTML homepage. So, guys, what we're gonna be doing here today is that I'm gonna be showing you guys how to do a homepage. So in order for you guys to do a homepage, the problem is here, guys. I already opened some few things here, so I'm just gonna be close them and then show you guys how to do it from the start. So guys, in order for you guys to do a homepage, it's also in another name. In another name, it's also called index. So a home page is called index, that's the way in which a computer understands. So in order for you guys to pull up your home page, you come here. This is Visual Studio Code, so you guys will just navigate through the IDEs in which you guys will have chosen for yourselves, or which one you feel comfortable using. So you come through here, and then you just search index.html. So when you type this, you're talking to the computer here that it must show you a home page file. As I said, a computer doesn't understand when you just type home page. You must say it in a computer language, which is that you said index HTML, and then when you do index HTML, it will open a file like this, which will be saved under the web development lesson folder, which I showed you guys on the last lesson 1 video, how to also make the folder. It's either you make the folder on your desktop here, or you can save it anywhere where you guys like. And then to make a folder, it's just as simple as pressing your mouse touchpad on your right side, and then new folder, and then you save it from there. And then you guys can just locate that folder through your software's IDEs, and then that's where we'll be saving all our work in which we'll be dealing with web development. So from there, that's how you do it. Or you guys can just come and open the folder through the software IDEs, and then you'll get the same result as the people will be saving it outside. So guys, we'll be using this web development folder to save all our work in which we'll be doing. So that's why it's written web development lesson number 1. But then today's lesson number 2. Keep that in mind. I'll just change it and then just write the web development lessons. So guys, as you can see, it's saying we must open chat or select a language in order for us to get started. So the language in which we are using, guys, as I stated up, we are using HTML, Hypertext Markup Language. That's what HTML stands for. So there's something called tags. Before we go any further, tags are used to highlight our code so that they can work properly in a way in which the computer can understand. So guys, as I was doing there, I was trying to show you how a tag works. So there's something called an opening tag and then a closing tag. So the opening tag is this one, which I just highlighted there by blue. So that is an opening tag, and then a closing tag is this one, which I just highlighted now. So I think it is like it's like they're different from the opening tag by slash there. So yeah. Those are called tags. So guys, we're gonna be starting here to do our home page. So what we have to do is we write HTML to state which language we are using, and then from there I think most of the software IDEs, the first autocorrecting where it will just type the rest of the code for you. So it's like this, yeah. So as you can see guys here, this is an opening tag and then a closing tag. We differentiate these things by slash at the end, or a closing tag has to have a slash first and then we close. So with that, with our home page, as you know guys, each and every home page, it has a head, it has a body, and then it has a footer. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make those and then what each and every part of those words mean. So the first thing, as I said, it's a head, and then yep, and then the second one, it's a body, and the third one, footer. Yeah, so you guys can see here, all of them, they have opening tags and then closing tags, opening tags and then closing tags. So guys, don't forget about that when you are coding your things, otherwise it won't work. So guys, and then lastly but not least, before I forget, there's also things called let me just come and write them here down, called an anchor. An anchor, I think, let me just put it in the middle so you guys can be able to see. An anchor, a paragraph, and also headers. So the headers are not the same as the head there. So I'm gonna tell you how headers are different from those ones up there. So headers, we have headers from starting from 1 to 6. So the difference with headers, they all contribute to, they do the same thing but then just different highlighting or sizes, if I can say. So with headers, there's H1, and then there's H2. Let me write it underneath, H2, and then so on and so on. So each and every header here, that means H1, the text in which it will be written, it will be more bigger than H2, and then the text which will be on H2, it will be more bigger than H3, and then so on and so on. So that's the difference between our headers. So I'm just gonna remove those. And also this, guess you guys you understand what this what it means, the headers. And then now I'm coming to paragraphs. So with paragraphs, I'm just gonna remove headers since I explained. So with paragraphs, the paragraphs which we do, it's this kind of paragraphs. So paragraphs stands for this, for P, paragraph for P. And then as you can see, it's also on tags here, opening and closing. So this is where we write our paragraph. So there's something called lorem, where we get our dummy paragraphs for use for later on. So these things we can write correctly what we want to say on the paragraphs later on. But then Rather than that, you can just write lorem, and then it will just give you like dummy text words where it will save there, and yeah, it's gonna show like that. So I'm gonna also close this thing, and then I'll show you guys what is a paragraph. And then an anchor. Yo guys, this is where it starts to get a bit tricky, but then don't get lost. Maintain the pace with me. So an anchor, it's I can say it. I don't know if I can say it highlights or it sticks our. Let's see. Let me show you guys what an anchor does. Maybe you'll understand an anchor. Let me write it. So this is how we write an anchor. This is an anchor. href, and then yes, and then I'm gonna just put hash here, opening and closing. Yeah. So guys, this is our anchor. Anchor a open tag, and then a href is equals to hash. The reason I put that hash there, I'm gonna also show you on the next lessons. I don't know if we're gonna cover it also if we have enough time, but I'm gonna show you on the next lessons why we put hash there. It's just to, it's like a variable, put it as a variable where we're gonna assign certain words there. So yeah, for now you can just put hash, or not put anything at all, but then you must remember to come and write something there. And then the other thing which I have to mention, guys, since I mentioned what is an anchor, it's a navigation and nav. Let me just write in the middle, no, navigation. I think I should just do this thing simply so that you guys can also see, and then I'll just point it from there. Navigation. So I'll just write it in the middle here what I'm talking about. Navigation. Yes, navigation. So this one, as I told you guys, open and then close. So with navigation, it helps us with navigating our pages, if I can say our pages, and then it is used to move from page to page. So I'll show you guys exactly what navigation does on our following lesson. And then also, last but not least, there's something called div. So with divs, in short it's div, and then in full it's division or divide. So div is a box used to divide certain information on a page. So this divides our information on a page. So I think I showed you guys WhatsApp, and then from there I think you guys know most of the things here, what they mean and then what they do. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to build something from what we have just worked on here. So as I said, each and every home page, it must have a head, body, footer. So on our head here, so I'm just gonna show you how this thing runs. So on our head here, I'm gonna write, let me just say, okay, h1, guys. And then as I said, h1, that means the text here on h1, it will be more bigger than the text which will be on H2. So that's the difference between headers. Don't forget about that when you're using your headers. So with H1, let me just say Apex rentals. And then let me try running it so you guys can see what I mean by that. Also guys, I'm just gonna put this thing on our body there instead of the header. Okay, so within our body I'm gonna make divisions, which in short is divs. So you can see guys, from what it is showing, I put it in between the div there, and then I did the H1 thing, and then I wrote Apex rental. So that's how it highlights our thing, our headers there. It highlights it like that. That's the difference which I was telling you about of headers. So let me go ahead and also write another one so you guys can see the difference between the two. And then let me just say Apex rentals, get there first. And then let me refresh it. I think I should just refresh it from the source. Call live again. Yeah, as you can see guys, underneath it's written Apex rentals and then get there first. So you can see the difference between the headers there, but the other one is bigger and then the other one is smaller in light highlighting. So guys, I think I've shown you some of the basics, and then we'll catch you on our next lesson. Hope you guys understand, and then if you guys don't understand, you can just leave the comments there underneath these videos, and then you will just tell us where you're lost or where you don't understand, and then we can help you from that or make you understand from our next lesson when we open it. Thank you.